Hey there, tech fans. Rick here again with another gadget that I think you're going to find pretty cool. It's a set of Bluetooth wireless headphones from a company called Boltune that also feature active noise canceling technology, which means once you slide these headphones over your ears, they're going to help to knock down all the background noise so you can hear your music a lot more clearly. Now, I've owned a lot of headphones over the years, and I think I bought my first set of noise canceling headphones probably 25 years ago, and they were a set of Bose. And I remember it like it was yesterday because an average set of headphones at the time, 75 bucks, 100 bucks would be a lot on headphones. These Bose headphones were almost $300 or maybe more than $300. And I thought to myself, that noise cancellation technology would really help me on the long flights I take on a regular basis. So going from New Jersey to California, that's 6 hours in the air. If I can find a set of headphones that help to knock down that background noise, the crying babies, the people talking, they would be worth every penny. But it was a big expense. It was 3 times the cost of a set of headphones. But I took the plunge, I bought them, and I remember it like it was yesterday because I'm sitting on the airplane, I put them on, and people are passing me, boarding the plane, they're throwing luggage above me, and I flipped the switch, and everything went quiet. I couldn't believe it. The nerd in me woke up and said, this technology is like Martian technology. How are they doing this? Now I understand how they're doing it, and I'll explain it in a little bit. But at the time, Bose was way ahead in the development of the noise canceling technology, and it worked fantastically, and I've used them ever since. Now, over the years, I've had to replace them a few times, so I've owned other sets of Bose. I've had Sennheiser. I've tried the Sony products. They all work great. The problem is, for me, they're real expensive still. They're tremendously expensive compared to what I think the technology should cost. But I do use them. I keep them in a special case. I only open them up when I'm traveling, and they're my travel headset. Nobody uses them but Dad, and I use them on the airplanes, and they do their job. The problem is, I wanted a set that I could use at home to answer phone calls, use at my desk to listen to music, and I didn't want to spend that kind of money. So I went out and did a search on Bluetooth headphones that were less than $100. Because right now the Bose set is going for $259.95, so $260. These Boltunes are 60 bucks. So when I tested the 5 different brands, some were more expensive. I wanted to compare them side by side to see what the features were between them, what the quality of the audio was, how they felt, the construction, all that stuff. The Boltunes were head and shoulders above the other brands that I tested, and I'll get into why in the second part of this clip. But before I get too deep into it, I wanted to do a brief unboxing because in addition to the price on these headphones, I can't believe all the things that were included. Because when I opened up the box, I would have been more than happy just to get the set of headphones for 60 bucks, but they include so much other stuff. They include a carrying case. Now the Sonys and the Bose come with a carrying case. This is a beautiful carrying case. So you fold up the headphones, they fit inside there. All the stuff you see on the table fits in there as well. So that was a really nice touch. Again, 60 bucks. Instruction manual. They include a contact card. Now, this is a brave thing for a company because a lot of times companies that sell products like this that are not that expensive, they don't really want to hear from you. So if you're having trouble, they just kind of want to make it tough for you to get a hold of them. The fact that they include a contact card in there with information about where you can blog about the product, how you can contact the company, phone numbers, all the stuff you'd need right in a card means that they care about you as a customer. And I like that. I like a company that I can get a hold of if I have questions or problems, and that card will help you do that. They include 2 really nice high quality cables. The first one is a USB-A to micro USB on this end. That's a charging cable. So you can charge these headphones from any standard USB charger. There's a micro USB connection on the end. I don't know which ear muff it's on, but it's on one of the 2. And you're not going to believe the charge capabilities of this. So if you charge it for 1 hour, you can get 30 hours of use out of the headphone. So I charge it once, I can use it a whole week. And if you're desperate and you're in an airport and you forgot to charge them, I think if you give it a 5-minute charge, you can get 2 hours out of the unit. So they do a really good job of being efficient around the battery. They also include a 3.5mm to 3.5mm audio cable because you can use these headphones not only over Bluetooth, but also as a wired connection. So if you've totally forgot to charge them, you get on the airplane and there's no battery power left, just plug in the cable, plug it into whatever you want to listen to, and you're off and running. So they've covered all their bases. They've really built a tremendously cool product here, but I do want to show you some of the buttons and features and things. So what I'm going to do next is sort of a close-up of the product, kind of a hands-on review, and show you exactly what all the buttons do. There's so much I love about these headphones that they're worth 2 or 3 times the price of what they're selling them for, but the fact that you can buy these for $60 makes no sense to me, but grab them when you can because Boltune, you're doing a great job with this. But anyway, stay tuned and we're going to do the hands-on next. Then I'll come back at the end and talk about some of the features that really separate this from the other brands that I tested and why I like these better than the ones that I saw, again, to the group that I tested. So stay tuned and we'll do the hands-on. Let's take a closer look at the headphones and I'll explain the buttons and connections. On the one ear cup, you'll notice a micro USB port on the bottom. And that's used to charge the headphones. You can use the included cable, which has a micro USB connector on it. That plugs in here. The other end of that cable has a USB-A connection on it, and you can use any standard wall charger or even your computer to charge these headphones. When you first plug it in for charging, that light will come on red, letting you know they need a charge. When that light goes out, you know they're fully charged and ready to use. On the other ear cup, you have a couple of buttons. This one is the ANC button, which turns on and off that active noise canceling function. And you can turn that on even when you're not listening to music, which is a really nice feature because if you work in a really busy office and you need some quiet time, you can slip these on, turn that on, and it'll knock down the background noise. Here you have a 3.5mm plug, and that's used with the included cable to make a physical connection to whatever music you want to listen to. You'll plug one end of the cable in here and one end into the other device, and you're good to go. That's really handy too when you don't have a charge on the headset and you want to use them. Over here you see a button that has up and down. If you tap that, it'll raise the volume. Tap this, it'll lower the volume. If you want to move to the next song on the device you're listening to, you'll hold it for a little bit of time and it'll switch to the next song. That's the power button, and it actually has a couple of different functions. So to turn the unit on, you'll hold the power button. It'll announce that the power's on and you're ready to go. Now, if you've already paired it to a device, it'll automatically get back to that device and start listening to whatever music or whatever content you're playing. If you haven't paired it with a device, let me turn it off. Again, you'll hold it 5 seconds to turn it on, 5 seconds to turn it off. If you haven't paired it to a device, you'll hold it a little bit longer. Now, you'll notice that comes on blue when it's powered on. Watch what happens when I hold it a little bit longer. Normally, you'd let go here. Now it's in pairing mode, and you can see how fast it's blinking. It's looking for a device to pair up. So if you pair this up for the first time with your phone, you'll want to go to your phone, turn on your Bluetooth, and then search for the Boltune headphones and then sync up with it. And again, once you've made that pairing happen, you're good to go. But just turn it off. The last thing I wanted to point out was this hole over here is the microphone, because you can use this with your phone to make phone calls, and it actually does a really good job of picking up the audio when you're talking with these headphones on through that microphone on the side. And that's it. Okay, now let me talk a little bit about the features that blew me away with this technology. So the noise cancellation used to be an exotic art. So when Bose and Sony first started developing it, they were discrete circuits that they owned. They were proprietary technologies. But over the years, the technology that enables that active noise cancellation is something that's become pretty widespread. And there are actually companies now that build chips that do everything you need to do. So basically what happens is the headphones themselves have microphones on them that listen to the background noise. And what the circuitry inside is doing is it's counterbalancing that background noise with white noise that offsets it. And from a physical standpoint, think of it like two people standing at both ends of a rope. And I'm on this end shaking the rope and I create the standing wave in the rope. If you're on the other end and you happen to shake that rope in exactly the opposite pattern, I'm going to have a flat rope. Which is weird because you're both moving your hands, but there's no wave in it. That's exactly what the active noise cancellation does. And the chip that's being used today is built by a company called AMS, and the latest chip is an AS3435. That's the one everybody's using, and this technology is built in here. It also has the latest version of Bluetooth in there, because some of the older versions of Bluetooth, which by the way, those other headsets were using, they work if you're close, most of the time, but the further you get away from the source, maybe if there's other interference in the area, other people are using other Bluetooth devices, they can be a little bit spotty, so you get dropouts and gaps in the audio, and that was driving me nuts. On one of the headsets, I won't mention the brand, if I got more than 10 feet away from the device, I lost audio completely. These use the latest Bluetooth technology, which is not only really good as far as reliability goes, but it's very power efficient as well, and that's one of the reasons they can get 30 hours of use out of these headphones for a single hour of charging. Another thing I like is the construction. Some of the other sets I tested were rigid headphones, which wouldn't be that bad because I'm taking them on and putting them off at my desk, but I love that these fold because they fit inside that case. So they give you the ability to sort of fold them in and make it smaller if you need to when you're traveling. The other ones were kind of rigid like this, and I got to stuff them in a backpack and worry about cracking them. I also love the fact that they've done a great job on these ear cups. These ear cups seem like a small detail, but if you're wearing them for a couple of hours a day, answering phone calls or listening to music, you want something that's not only comfortable on your ears, so these are nice and pillowy soft, but they also breathe, because some of the other sets I tested, they were like vinyl, and if you put a piece of vinyl up against your ear, you're just going to sweat naturally because of the heat of your body. You're going to get wet ears over time. These guys breathe. They also, this is great for me because I'm a goofball, they've labeled the inside of the ear cup so I know which one's left and which one's right. So I make sure that if I'm listening to stereo, I'm getting the right channel in the right ear. So they've done, in my opinion, pretty much everything you need right on this thing. I love that they're adjustable on both sides. You have a really soft cushion up top here, so it sits on the top of your head. Now I'm getting a little bit sparse up here for hair, so I appreciate that. If you got a full head of hair, it's probably enough of a cushion for most of the other headsets, but I like that they've really taken the time to build this thing correctly. Now, in addition to that, I also appreciate the fact that they built in charging cables. Now, this is not that big a deal, quite honestly, because all of us have micro USB charging cables, but I like having a kit. I like having stuff that I can put in a box and I know when I throw that in my bag, I've got the charging kit, I've got the audio cable, and it all fits in the case. So that's just a really nice touch for them. And I know it doesn't cost them a lot, but for me to get an extra cable or bring a cable along, oh, I forgot the cable, I can't charge it. I love the fact that they built that in. So those are some of the high points of the technology. And again, $60 is not a lot of money to spend for a set of Bluetooth wireless headphones that have active noise cancellation built in. You can certainly buy headphones that are Bluetooth compatible for less. You can even buy headphones with noise cancellation that are wired for less. But to build in the latest Bluetooth technology, the latest active noise cancellation technology into a set of very comfortable headphones that include all of this stuff, you can see why I'm raving about these. And that's why I wanted to talk about it on the channel, because if I find something that I like and I feel like you guys will like as well, this is a tremendous value. So when I talk to my friends, and I consider all you guys my friends, I'm going to tell them about, hey, you're not going to believe this cool set of headphones I bought. That's what I'm doing today in the clip. So hopefully you guys appreciate this content. If you have any questions about anything I've covered today, please drop them in the comments below, and I promise to get back to you and try and answer any question you have. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, you've probably noticed by now we're expanding the channel a little bit to include a lot more high-tech gear like this. So hit that subscribe button down there, because I promise you it's going to be an amazing summer for a whole lot of other content coming that you're definitely going to want to be here for. You're not going to want to miss it. So that's pretty much it for today. So thank you very much for watching. And again, I hope you found value in the clip. And until next time, stay nerdy.